This team has two main goals. One is to create our own partner network, and the other is to build product strategies and product motions with our largest partners, including and most significantly the cloud providers, and that's what is usually called co-build. And so how do we leverage this additional pillar of relationship, which is the joint product motion, the product strategy that we have with Amazon, Google, Microsoft, in the security field, in other fields, in stuff that they are looking to invest in, and invest more into this pillar called co-product. And so I'll start with really quickly defining, and that's a lot of definitions. So, but like the different motions that you can take. What does the co-build with the cloud partners even mean?
Learn how to master cloud marketplaces in just 5 weeks with our cohort course. Accelerate your growth by tapping into the $300+ billion cloud spend that enterprises have committed to AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud. Discover the future of go-to-market with Roman. During 10 weekly sessions, you'll learn how to leverage this fast-growing channel and network with top industry experts and partnership leaders. We will dive into marketplace strategies, internal buy-in, building relationships with the cloud, and mastering co-sell. Join our upcoming cohort.
We have incredible speaker today, Nadav Tzuker. He's in a company called Wiz, and Wiz is cybersecurity company who has been making waves like not only in cloud marketplaces but also in tech ecosystems. And he is well known across the globe as one of the top cloud alliance managers. And he's currently moved to senior product manager, from leading alliances to working on the product side of alliances as well. Nadav, really excited to hear your thoughts. And we're going to be talking about co-marketing and co-building.
I'll quickly give an overview of Wiz. Wiz is the cloud security company, is looking to become the leader in cloud security. It's a very dense and hard market to conquer, but Wiz is really trying to build the best product in the industry to do that. And as part of that, as part of our journey, we raised almost $2 billion in a few rounds from leading VCs, as you can see here. We do a lot of file scanning on cloud to provide customers with their security posture and resources that we scan, and that this helps us provide cloud security. 45% of Fortune 100 companies are using Wiz today to secure their cloud environments. Wiz has two partner orgs. We have the partners and alliances and channels org under our revenue org, and then we have our product partnership org under our VP product. I'm part of this team as of the last couple of months, and basically this team has two main goals. One is to create our own partner network. So I'll show you in a second, we have an integration network of our own because we want other vendors to also integrate with the Wiz program and vice versa. And the other is to build product strategies and product motions with our largest partners, including and most significantly the cloud providers, and that's what is usually called co-build. And so how do we leverage this additional pillar of relationship, which is the joint product motion, the product strategy that we have with Amazon, Google, Microsoft, in the security field, in other fields, in stuff that they are looking to invest in, and invest more into this pillar called co-product. And so I'll start with really quickly defining, and that's a lot of definitions, so forgive me if that's too big. But like the different motions that you can take. What does the co-build with the cloud partners even mean? And so we talked about the consumed services, which we can then, like the fact that our consumption can actually lead to go-to-market campaigns and stuff like that. There's also tech programs and designations. I won't dive into that, but I don't know if you guys have heard of different competencies, service-ready programs. It's basically the way of the hyperscalers to attach partners into new products or motions to give them more credibility. And this is something you want to be in, especially if your customers are using those programs. And so adding yourselves to the different competencies and service-ready designations. Product launches, I have an example around how we were part of so many product launches that AWS announced during reInvent, and they always have a slide dedicated for partners, launch partners. And so I think that's a big thing for the strategy. Again, not only for the exposure, but the fact that your customers are now adopting new AWS services, they will also use Wiz, for example, as the launch partner for that. So, oh wow, Wiz supports that. That's amazing. I won't even reach out to Wiz because I can just click here and get Wiz on top of that as well. There's the product integrations, which also I have a couple of examples, but basically if your customers are using your solution and a native AWS, Google, Microsoft solution, that can integrate, you want to integrate between them. Because, for example, in the security sphere, so our customers are coming to us and saying, I'm using AWS Security Hub, and I want the alerts from Security Hub to appear on my Wiz dashboard. Can I do that? And of course, the answer at first is no. But if we start collecting all those requests from customers that are very similar, we understand that we need to invest resources into that. And today we have a product integration engineering team in our R&D org that this is what they do, not only with our cloud providers, but especially with the cloud providers on different motions that our customers are asking us as part of this customer obsession strategy that really is, crucial, especially in the security industry. There's the GenAI strategy. We'll talk about it in a second, but we cannot move on, either of us. I don't even know which companies most of you are coming from, but I'm sure GenAI is something that is either considered or being implemented. And so a good way to to accelerate that is to use the existing services of partners like AWS, Google, Microsoft that you already are working with, both as a customer and as a partner. There's the flagship events, like I told you, the examples that we are part of the different launches. The first party vendor offering, there's a lot of companies that are being offered as a first party offer by the hyperscalers. There's EBCs, that stands for Executive Briefing Center. It's basically a 1 or 2 day, very, very dense executive alignment. And so a lot of them are focused on the technical side of things. And so this also, I think, should come from the alliance manager that is managing the co-build strategy and the product strategy. There's the roadmap alignment, especially around, categories like security. And so what are they're planning to do, what we are planning to do, the most aligned we are, the better the relationship is. And for that, as part of all of that, the alliance manager, I think, should make sure we have a relationship alignment between your product and the hyperscaler product, like our product manager responsible for identity security and the Microsoft product manager responsible for identity security, as part of those new different motions that we do, because this relationship can help us in the future. Same goes for engineering, and same goes like the pillar that we talked about. We want our executives to be, friends, basically, to be able to reach out if there's a need, either on a tech EBC or at reInvent, on other big events. And again, each one of those can help create campaigns for go-to-market, can help get support for the engineering team, resources as part of the account team, etc., etc. The more work you do as a co-build partner, the more relationships you get. And it's, at the end of the day, it's an industry of people. If you know the right guy or girl, they can get you to your desired outcome for, I don't know, a service that is not working, a bug, a feature, whatever you can think of that really integrates between yourselves and your cloud provider. We usually tell the world about our co-build. So that's a very recent example. Every year we do a summary blog about our experience at reInvent, talking about our booth and our sessions and stuff like that. This year we also added a co-build paragraph or motion to it, and it's basically telling our customers about the different product launches that we took part in. There's at least double this number. We just use the ones that are most interesting. And then if you scroll down in this blog post, you see a paragraph about each with links that customers can really get to and learn a bit more about how Wiz Runtime Sensor helps them with their Amazon EC2 image builder, for example. And so it's really, I think it's not just for the exposure, but for the benefit and the needs of customers on the product side, to make sure both platforms communicate and work well, so that they won't have to be frustrated or reach out and ask again and again. Again, for every integration or product launch or product motion that you do, there's a go-to-market. Like every time we build an integration with Google Cloud Excessive Findings, with Microsoft MISA program, with Security Hub, like the example I gave you, Security Lake, etc., we go ahead and write a blog post about it, and those blog posts can become webinars. Part of them did actually become webinars. They can become sessions that you can submit and then go on stage on the events. They can become workshop, etc., etc., etc. And this, again, we use to enable internally our sellers and SEs on what are the different services that we support for each one of the cloud providers. And we also enable the cloud providers, the sellers, the SAs, the technical account manager, whoever we can get our hands on, and share more about this story of Wiz in general, and more specifically the services that we integrate, so that when they meet our customers, they can actually speak the lingo. We share publicly our co-build motions. So if you go into Wiz website, you click platform, there's environments that we scan, and then if you go into each one of them, we created a page that shows, okay, this is AWS, this is our partnership, those are the different diagrams. It integrates with the different solutions that I talked about. You can click here to connect Wiz to your AWS environment. You can visit the marketplace. There's now this new build buy on marketplace button that AWS came up with. We show the integrations that we have with AWS, for example, and then the marketing resources, and it goes all the way. And we have that similar page with all the different cloud providers.
Just to show that basically they connect everything with like kind of specific marketplace and some customers to marketplace, and this makes this integrated kind of flywheel, right?
And now AWS, for example, they really took this to the next level. They announced at reInvent this buy with AWS button. I won't use the time today, but it's just basically a button that they provide to ISVs to connect their websites to the marketplace experience, and go directly from there. So they want the marketplace to be spreaded even more across the different websites of their ISVs. And so that's, again, something that's very important. And you should definitely have a microsite at a certain point with every partner that you have, especially the cloud ones. I'll run quickly over the GenAI strategy, but again, as I said, GenAI is something that's really important. I'm seeing it under two use cases for us specifically. The first use case is how we support AI services. And so in our instance, in the Wiz instance, is now a customer is starting a new machine learning model or machine or data models that run on AI on their cloud. They want to be able to also secure them with the different tools that are available. Wiz does that. And so whenever we came up with the capability, we made announcements. Wiz now, we call it AI SPM, AI Security Posture Management. Wiz now supports Azure OpenAI service models. Wiz helps organizations secure their Google Cloud Vertex AI. Wiz now supports Amazon Bedrock. And so that's also go-to-market motions that you can create on top of that. And again, it's really important motions for customers. The second use case is how we as a customer, how we as a user of those GenAI tools use those tools to improve our product capability. And of course, as part of that, you can also come up with different go-to-market motions, like a case study by AWS of how we use Bedrock for the sake of the improvement of our partners, of our product, and then stuff that we did with NVIDIA, collaboration that's more of a research blog. And so it's really endless, but especially with the hyperscalers, they all fight over who gives the best Gen AI, and we only can enjoy that both as customers and as vendors and as partners, because all of the different Gen AI motions get a lot of resources and attention. If you're frontline, you'll get those resources to you. That's not necessarily related to our cloud partnerships, but product partnerships in general. We launched this our own integration platform, or our own product partnership ecosystem. We called it WIN, the Wiz Integration Network product partnership program that we launched 2 years ago. Today we have more than 150 certified integrations, basically integrations that partners build to integrate with the Wiz platform. And I think it really affects your growth. It affects IPO fantasies, because now you become a platform and people integrate to you. So you see a lot of companies are launching their own partner program, and so this is ours, and we have a lot of partners waiting in pipeline, and so we're really growing the team right now. We're looking at similar motions. Let's do the build, then let's do the market and the announcement, and then we can create the value, either if it's co-sell, either if it's product motions, either if it's executive alignment. Everything is on the table. As one customer told us, when they talked about an integration with a competitor of ours, and we showed a conflict, they said, I expect the good guys to work together for me. And this really, I think, really serves where the industry is going. You can't really compete with everyone. That's why AWS, Google, Microsoft, they started their own partner ecosystems. You need to be integrated with as many tools, especially if you're a platform. And so it's really similar to a lot of what you're seeing. There's program benefits, their tiering system. We have a partner portal that we came up with. It has resources, docs, certification, API access, support teams. You can see co-marketing can happen with your partners as well. So whenever they launch an integration, we join forces